right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Jason Dagate, 879-1231 if you'd like to get involved, 879-1231. We were showing you all the local local top stories of the day. We also wanted to update you on the tropical storm that was Tropical Storm Emily. I know Martin mentioned it last night, and it is now no longer a tropical storm, as many of you may know, but if you haven't found that out yet, it's no longer a tropical storm. It may develop into something at some point later on, but most of the graphs are showing, in the predictions are showing that it'll go up towards the East Coast. So that's good news for now, and we just wanted to pass that along to you. And we'll continue to monitor it here at HTV, and if we hear anything, obviously we'll let you know as well. Let's go down the lines now. Thank you for calling. Welcome to Bayou Time.
Good afternoon, Jason.
Hi.
Hey, congratulations. You made a proud grandma and grandpa. They're real proud of you. I know they're real happy, too.
Well, that's right. Thank you very much for saying that. And my wife and I are very proud as well. And Emma Catherine is doing just wonderful.
But that's good. I don't know if you remember this, but I told you after you got married, you're going to be a daddy pretty soon.
You're right. You're right.
I don't remember if you remember that.
And we were wondering if it was going to happen, and we were blessed, and, we could be more excited. Thank you.
I know y'all real proud, and I'm glad for y'all and everything else. Jed, I just want to comment on one thing about the economy.
All right.
I don't know if you noticed this. The economy starts going bad as soon as gas prices start going up. Energy starts going up.
Okay.
And as long as energy is high like it is, the economy will not get better. Because other things go, groceries go up, and everything else going up, and people's not going to buy. Because a lot of people ain't working, not working, they don't have work, and they ain't going to spend that little bit of money they got as long as the things are high. But I think what they should do, go down with the gas about $1.60 a gallon and hold it at it for 2 years, and I guarantee your economy is going to start getting better. People are going to go back to work, other things are going to start dropping, and I know it won't happen. Because they won't do it. I don't know why, but they got a lot of oil and gas out there, Jason. There ain't no shortage. They're pulling people's leg if they're telling people that.
Right. So if I understand you right, you would like to see the federal government step in and just cap the price at a certain level?
Yeah. There's too much greed. And another thing they need to do, I hate to say this, they got to stop going to get people from other countries and bring them here and put them to work and take other people's job away. And what they need to do, the young people that's on welfare, the government ought to open a training center, train them how to do a job. As soon as they train them how to do a job, they get a job for them, and they're going to have to work. If they don't want to work, you take them off of welfare.
Okay.
And as soon as they start working, catch up with everything, you can cut them off of welfare. You're going to be paying taxes. You're going to be still paying Social Security. The economy is going to get better. And another thing, I know people ain't going to like what I'm going to say. They need to raise the minimum wage for how the way thing it is right now, at least $15 an hour. Give people a decent wage where they wouldn't have to be on welfare. Where they would matter of fact, Jason, government would get money back 2 ways. They would get money savings where they wouldn't have to get this welfare out. Another thing, they'll be getting taxes, Social Security money on people working.
Well, and there are different sides of that argument. Let's say if you do raise the minimum wage that high, well then, products and things of that nature are likely going to go up as well, because let's face it, the local grocery store who has to hire employees to run the market at $15 an hour, to use your example, that means they're going to probably have to raise their prices to cover their overhead. So you could have a negative effect from that as well.
You're absolutely right. Well, Jason, don't spoil that little girl, and congratulations. And I'm proud for y'all. Okay, have a good day.
All right, I appreciate the call. Thanks again. Okay, let's go to the next caller. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Jason, and congratulations from me and my family to yours on your new baby girl.
Thank you very much.
I have a question for you. I would like to know if that the Wildlife and Fisheries have got together this afternoon, if they're having their meeting when to open the shrimping season for the August season.
We will look into that. They had the meeting today?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's what I was calling to find out. We had heard from the factories that it was supposed to be today, but then we heard conflicting stories that may not. So that's what we was calling to find out.
Okay,
if
well,
y'all knew any information on that.
all right. What we'll do is we'll pass that information along to our producers in the back. Maybe they can find something out, and if they do, they'll pass it along to me, and I'll make sure I announce it. Okay?
Okay, and one other comment. I'd like to tell Mr. Michel Claudet that I'm really satisfied with the work that he's done as our parish president, and he has my support, and also does Sheriff Vernon Bourgeois as well.
Okay. Well, Mr. Bourgeois has announced that he is not going to seek re-election. He's retiring.
Oh, I did not hear that.
Yeah, he made that announcement actually here on Bayou Time, and since then, the previous sheriff, Jerry Larpenter, has announced that he is running. And then, although I don't believe the other candidate has come on Bayou Time, there is another candidate that has announced with the last name Schiffler, who is announced.
Well,
okay.
That's good for both of them, but we're sadly going to miss Mr. Bourgeois. So you have a good evening, and thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for the call.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, there's going to be plenty of elections, local elections coming up in the very near future. All of the state representative seats are up, as well as state senators. So, you know, any incumbent will be up for for re-election, if you will. Then the council seats are all up, so you're going to have plenty of elections there. And in the parish president's race here in Terrebonne Parish, you have the incumbent, Michel Claudet, who's running again. And you also have announced Barry Bonvillain, Mike Facey, and Clayton Voisin. There may be others. In Lafourche Parish, the incumbent, Charlotte Randolph, announced that she is running again to seek re-election. James Cantrell had announced. He's also come on the show on Bayou Time. And also today announcing was Rodney Doucet, who is currently a councilman in Lafourche Parish. So, you know, you're going to have a lot of big elections that are going to be going on, and if you would like to talk about those, as always, you can do so right here on Bayou Time. And in the future, we will be trying to set up some debates, as we always do here at HTV. Martin's in the process. He and his staff are trying to line those up because there are so many races going on. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Thank you for calling.
Hello, Jason.
Hi.
Yeah, man, congratulations, bro.
Well, thank you very much.
Welcome to the real world.
You're right. You're right.
You got one to look after now.
That's right. That's right. Now,
well,
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm glad for you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look, I was just watching this stock market.
Yes, sir.
Looks like things are going to get bad in this country.
Well, I hope not, because it dropped, you know, a couple days ago, it went over 200 points down. Today, over 500 points down.
This is
It's
about
not looking
9
good.
days straight that the stock market is going down.
Right. And
Now, if this ain't enough to wake Washington up, let's see what happens tomorrow. When these other countries start falling, we next. We in line. We're the next country to go down.
do you think this is a direct result of the whole debt ceiling crisis that they were trying to work out, and then ultimately just raising the debt
Exactly.
ceiling?
The rest of the world is watching us. You know that. I mean, we one of the leaders. And when your leader can't get nothing straight, who's going to lead the rest of the world? If we can't, if we messing up like we're doing in Washington, who's going to tell them how? Who's going to help them out?
So
Once
who do
we
you,
go down, they don't have nothing either.
do you think, do you think it's Congress that needs, obviously they have to make these decisions. Do you think the leaders of each house should step up and start to say something, or do you think this is leadership that needs to come from the president? Who do you think needs to act at this point in time?
Well, Congress needs to act. The president can't do it by himself.
No, you're right.
They got to give him ideas. I mean, if he throws something out there and they don't want it, well, there's nothing he can do unless the House makes it, the House passes it, and then the Senate passes it, then they send it to him. But, I mean, he can say what he wants. That don't mean he's going to get it. Just like he said. He wanted to tax, let the Bush tax go. This ain't been working for 10 years. That's one of the reasons we're in the predicament we're in. And they need to cut, which I agree with the Republicans on. They need to cut. I mean, we've been spending money on wars and stuff all over this world, taking care of these other countries, and we don't get paid back, bro.
Right.
And they're not going to help us. I said that a couple years ago on this same station. When we're going to get in trouble, ain't nobody going to be there for us. And we studied 2 wars, and then another one we just on the tail end of it. No soldiers, thank God. I mean, nobody got killed in Libya. But, I mean, we got to start looking out for ourselves. And all these people coming into our country, and pretty soon they're going to be bombing us. Now, another thing you got to look what's going to happen. These people start running out of unemployment and stuff like that. You're going to have riots in the street.
Well, I hope it doesn't rise to that level.
Well, it will. I mean, when people get hungry and you don't have nothing to lose, you know what's going to happen, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming. The Republicans said they was going to furnish jobs. They ran on that, right? 7 months ago. They've been in there 7 months, and not a one, Cantor, Boehner, or none of them ever mentioned jobs that I heard. And I watch CNN, Fox News every night.
Well, I tend to disagree only because whenever they start talking about tax cuts and things of that nature, and the other party starts to say that they need to tax the corporation at a higher amount, I think
you do. Well, they need to, Jason. This ain't been working.
Well, hold on. But what you hear from those leaders that you mentioned is they say that those people are the job creators, so that's why they don't.
They're not creating jobs, though.
Well, but you said that they never mentioned creating jobs, and I'm just saying that I disagree. I think that they've mentioned that they want to try to create more jobs, but I understand your point that you disagree with what they're doing.
Well, 10 years they've been having these tax breaks. And when Bush left office, they were losing 600,000 jobs.
Yeah.
And they still have the tax breaks. And the jobs are not coming. They're banking this money.
Well, let's hope things start working out for the better.
You're going to see, mark my word, if this keeps on, you're going to see rioting in the street in the United States, bro.
I hope we never see it. Thank you for the call.
Okay, Jason.
All right.
Thank you for that little baby, man.
All right. Thank you. All right. We had the previous caller right before that last caller who called about the wildlife and fisheries, wanting to know if they met yet to open the shrimp season and decide when they will. Jason Sarin just passed along some information that we received from the wildlife and fisheries. They announced today, they met today, that the fall inshore shrimp season will open in shrimp management zones 1, 2, and 3 on Monday, August the 22nd at 6 a.m. The Commission set the season based on recommendations present by the wildlife and fisheries biologists and comments from the public. Let's see, just so you know, Zone 1 includes Louisiana waters from the Mississippi-Louisiana state line to the eastern shore of South Pass of the Mississippi River. Zone 2 extends from the eastern shore of South Pass of Mississippi River to the western shore of Vermilion Bay and Southwest Pass at Marsh Island. Zone 3 extends to the western shore of Vermilion Bay and Southwest Pass at Marsh Island to the Louisiana-Texas state line. So the majority of our viewers will probably be concerned about Zone 2, although I know most of you do venture out all across the area waters. So zones 1, 2, and 3 will be open Monday, August the 22nd at 6 a.m. Certain waters adjacent to Bay Jimmy and Grand Terre located in the Barataria Basin are closed to all recreational and commercial fishing except for recreation and charter boat angling. And these are closed still due to the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. So Zone 1, 2, and 3 open Monday, August the 22nd at 6 a.m., except for waters adjacent to Bay Jimmy and Grand Terre Island located at the Barataria Basin. So we hope that was helpful to you, and thank you for posing that question to us. Let's go to the next caller. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Yes, Jason, congratulations on your baby girl.
But thank you very much.
And I wanted to make a comment. I'm 50 years old, and when I was growing up, my mom and dad split up when we were very young. So my mom was working 3 jobs, and she was getting food stamps. But in those days, you had to pay like $10 on every $100 of food stamps.
Okay.
And everything. So maybe they should consider bringing something like that back. And another thing, all these people that's on Medicaid, that they getting pregnant like popcorn. You know, I think that after the second kid that Medicaid has to pay for, they should get a tubal ligation or something, get them fixed where the state has to stop paying for this, because they're not going to Chabert Hospital. They're going to the best paid hospitals that we can't even afford to go to.
Well, it's funny you raise that opinion, because there is a local, well, I shouldn't say local, there is a Louisiana legislator who has tried to pass a similar bill the last few legislative sessions. It hasn't been successful, and that is that, you know, welfare recipients and things of that sort who keep having babies, you know, they have a tubal ligation or their tubes tied or something of that notion. That was a bill that he had put forth, and it received a lot of criticism, but I guess you would be in favor of a bill such as that.
Yes, I would be, because I know one girl for sure in my area that's on her 6th kid, and it's from people from other countries, and it's 6 different daddies, and she's giving them away. Welfare takes her kids, puts them, gives them back to her. She's collecting welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
And never worked a day in her life.
Cool. Well, that's a shame. That really is the same, especially when you have so many people out there who have trouble having babies and things of that sort, where you have other people that are just irresponsible when it comes to a very important issue and matter in our lives.
Yeah, well, this is like it's no problem to her, because
there's no bigger responsibility than that. You're right.
She's going to the best doctors and everything, and we can't even afford that. And everything she's getting is free of charge.
Right.
And one more thing.
Sure.
They want to cut costs and everything else. I understand President Obama, that he's the president-in-chief, that, you know, for security and everything else. But all their family vacations, why doesn't he give the airline business, instead of having the taxpayers pay for the Air Force One for their private vacations? You know, why should we have to pay for him to go in his private vacations?
Well, we've heard that opinion as well, and the reason for that, I think, is national security. You want to make sure that it's well protected. You know, Air Force One, it was interesting because I watched something on the History Channel not too long ago, and they repeat it often, but it's about the history of Air Force One. You know, the amount of weapons that that plane actually has is really interesting to see. So I guess it's a matter of security that you would not have on a different thing. But I see what you're saying. You're saying it's fine if he's using it for government business, but if he's going, you know, take a personal vacation, you would like to see him fly, as we all would.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Or let him pay from his salary what it costs us for the trip for Air Force One.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Thank you.
All right. We appreciate it. Let's see. We have plenty of callers on the line. 879-1231 if you'd like to get involved. 879-1231. We do need to take a short break. When we return, we'll continue with your phone calls right here on Bayou Time.